like, oh my gosh, I'm 50. There are some really good things about this time in life, and I want to share those with you so that maybe you can calm that anxiety and make yourself feel more hopeful about this time of life. First of all, I think the best thing about being this age is that you have a lot of experience. You are not at your first rodeo. And that means that people come to you to ask for advice. People at work look up to you and are trying to make their way in the world, and you have a lot of advice to give. You have a lot of wisdom, you've done a lot of living, and now is the time when you can share that with those who are younger than you are. You can help them. It's just a nice place to be where you are not having to always be the new kid on the block. Kind of going along with that, I would say that you care less about other people's opinion of you. At this point in life, you are who you are. You know, you can change, but if you're happy with who you are, if you have a good circle of friends and a close family, and you're happy with that place, there is no reason to change, and you don't need to apologize for that. Now, if you're wanting to change, that's another story. Then you can still do it, okay? The third thing that I love about being over 50 is that I speak my mind. And this is kind of a double-edged sword. Let me say that I do not speak my mind about other people. For example, I would never tell someone that they need to dress differently or something like that. I do speak my mind about the way I'm being treated, the situation that I'm in. I stand up for myself, and hopefully you do too. By this time in your life, you are no longer a doormat. And if you are a doormat, you need to realize, number one, you have that wisdom. It's not your first rodeo. Number two, stop worrying about what people think of you so you can. Number three, speak your mind. The fourth thing I think is wonderful about this time of life is time. If you are like me and my husband, your kids are now in their 20s. If you're not, maybe you had kids a little later than we did. We had kids in our 30s. But if you had kids even later than that, at least they're in their teens, right? And you are no longer being called on to go sit at football practice for 2 hours or go to the chess club or the drama meet on the weekend or cheerleading practice. Either they are able to take public transport by themselves or they are able to drive by themselves, and they can go where they need to go. You have the time now to develop new interests, and that is lovely. It is so nice to not have to have those demands on your time. Look at all the things you can do. You could read more books, which is something that I love to do. You could, oh, by the way, if you have a really good one, share it with me. I'm really into Kristen Hanna and Barbara Kingsolver. Those are my two favorite authors. So if you have some other books that are like those, I'll take the recommendations. Thank you. Back to what you could do. You could read books. You could take up a new sport. You could, as my husband is doing, work on fitness and nutrition. He has become our home cook. So this all comes to this last item. And I think this last item is the most important thing about being this age. And that is, you can reinvent yourself. Yes, you can. This is like being a teenager all over again, except you're not doing it without a frontal lobe this time. You have the wisdom, the experience, the chutzpah, the time, and the attention to give to something. You can decide what you want to be when you grow up. So go out there and figure it out. Come on this journey with me and let's find it together. I don't know what I want to be. happy, healthy, self-sufficient. Thanks for coming by. Take care.